Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here, and for the Great Wall of Comics, it's a Thursday, which means it's Oddball Day, and that means, this case, we've got some CGC boxes back from a 6-month incarceration stint in Florida penitentiary. They're back. Let's open them up and see what we got. All right, so if you know anything, if you watch my channel at all, I've been talking about this order of boxes, this order at CGC, the submission that had been there and was in there, and my gosh, it was taking forever. It had been in there for months, at least 6 months. Vintage books that were sent in, they were not being pressed there. They were just whatever. If you ask CGC, it was all because of their October promotion. Keep in mind, these were there long before October, so their excuse holds no water. About as much water as a colander. Anyways, we've got two different submissions. One of these is this first book here. This is, oh my goodness, come on, open up. This is a Golden Age book. This book was on my wall. It was a low-grade book, and I expect no upgrade in grade. I don't expect a grade increase on this at all. The book is what it is. It's got a lot of color breaking creases. It's got issues, but it was dirty as all get out and hadn't been pressed. And I just felt that it was worth it for sometimes on some of these older books to preserve the book and to optimize what it's going to look like, regardless of the fact that the grade may or may not increase. So here we go. Backside here, you can see there's chunks missing out of the book, everything else. This is Planet Comics issue 70, 2.5. It's exactly the grade it was when I sent it in. So we didn't gain anything. We didn't lose anything. But I can tell right now, this just looks so much better. It still has discoloration in it and everything, but it looks much cleaner. There's so much grime on it. There's some water stains that are there. And like I said, this book is a low-grade copy. But it just looks and presents so much better to me from what it was before it went in. I'm super happy with it. Shout out to my guy, the Rogue Trader over in Utah. Matter of fact, I'll put his information here because if you use the code FATSTAX on his website, you can get 20% discount on your pressing and cleaning. And while you're at it, when you use that code, he's going to go ahead and donate $10 to Comics Curing Cancer. So it's a good cause. The links and all the information about that is also right down below. But yeah, Planet Comics. Issue 70 back. I love this cover. This is a phenomenal cover. You've got the space alien. You've got rocket ships. We got ray guns. We've got damsels in distress. We've got bubble helmets. We've got it all. About the only thing we could use is a robot maybe in the background, although he's got an electronic brain. So there we go. Sci-fi greatness. I love it. All right. So that's the Golden Age book submission. Now, this box has some other stuff. It has books that if you watched Chris and I do our Only Slabs mid-year top 5 pickups and our end-of-year top 10 pickups, I mentioned these books. These were books that I wanted to get on that list. I thought at least one, if not two of them, would make the list, but they couldn't because I never had them in my possession as slabbed books until now in 2025. And I can't use them in 2025 because these books were acquired last year. So Chris got off easy. I'm going to open this up. We'll be right back. All right, the books are out and we are ready to rock and roll and take a look, see what we got. Now, I'm really excited. Yeah. Whew. So I've been working on my Captain America Silver Age issues 100 through 125. I wanted that first 25. Well, I guess technically 100 through 25 is 26. So the first 26 books I wanted slabbed. I wanted them all high grade. And by high grade, we defined it as an 8.0 or higher. Why an 8.0 or higher? Well, because I already had the Captain America 117 and an 8.0, so that set my bottom threshold. Everything else had to be higher. Most of the books are in the 9 to 9.4 range. I was surprised by how reasonable the Captain America run was in that thing in high grade. It's amazing. But this, I had one book left. Most of my bought slabbed. This book I found at a con. It was, the guy thought it was like a 9 to 9.2 near wise. It was a raw copy. It was super inexpensive compared to even more so than what a graded copy. I took a chance on it. So there it is. It's Captain America 104, Slave of the Skull, and we get that 9.0 white pages, baby. Perfect. Exactly what I want. 9.0 grade, white pages. We're done. Red Skull appearance, half-page ad for Silver Surfer #1 inside. So that's the only significance to it. But Captain America 104 in a 9.0. This book is from 1968. White freaky pages. Boom. Awesome. Love that. Cap kicking us off strong with that 9.0 right out of the bat. This next one here, Amazing Spider-Man. Now, I have Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 100. I have it the whole run slabbed. And I have been, on occasion, picking up some upgrades. Now, this was a raw book. Again, I found someplace, probably at a convention, and because I picked this up in person, and it was super clean. I love this and the Medusa. Some of those covers that Romita Sr. did are just so crazy good. This is Amazing Spider-Man 73, the first appearance of Silvermane and Man Mountain Marco. And then it also says that Dr. Kurt Connor's cameo on the last page. So this is a great cover, in my opinion. It's not a super pricey book, even though it's got 2 first appearances of characters that show up from time to time. Mountain Marco, not as often as Silvermane, but still, every once in a while they're there. First appearances, issue 73, 12-cent goodness from 1969. Boom. 9.0. It's off-white pages. I don't care. 9.0 Silver Age Spider-Man. Let's freaking go. All day long. Awesome freaking book. I'm stoked. That makes like at least I've got a couple 9.0s on the early ASM. That's just awesome. Okay, now, oh yeah. All right. Well, this is one of the books I was really hoping to get back, and I'm a bit confused. I knew this would be a low grade book. It is has a lot of color breaking crease, everything else. It's got a couple tears on the back cover, but it is Tales of Suspense 52, the first appearance of the Black Widow. But it's come back not only in a 2.0, but it came back as a restored grade. They're saying it has some color touch on it. Includes a slight C1, includes small amount of color touch on cover. I'm gonna have to get something out to kind of see, but I mean, on these books, who's color touching a book that's just beat up? I mean, it's not like you've done anything to improve it. I just don't. I think sometimes there's maybe more likely a stain or something, and these guys see it as a slightly different color spot or something. I mean, there is a small spot on this door here that I can see that's a little bit different shade. That could be a stain for all I know, but maybe they know better. They do some stuff to check it, but I don't know. I've also seen books that supposedly had color touch on it that people have cracked and resubmitted to CGC, and they come back with blue labels. All of a sudden, restoration's gone because CGC doesn't see it anymore. So they're not infallible. I'm not saying that's the case. I don't know the full history. I haven't owned this book from day one, so it very well could be. But for right now, that's fine. I'll put it in my collection for now, and I guess I'll continue to be on the hunt for another copy of this, because if I'm going to have a 2.0, I definitely want a blue label, and if I'm going to have a purple label, then I want a higher grade one. If you're going to go restored, you might as well go all out restored. But for now, bam, first appearance of the Black Widow. Later on, of course, she'll get a much more elaborate costume, as everybody knows from the movies, not the thing, but she starts off just like that. All right, this was first appearance of the Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff. Also, Crimson Dynamo makes an appearance. This is 1964. All right, last book. Now, this is the book that I am hoping is great. This book I knew was going to be on my top 100 list if it had come back, or my top 10 list if it had come back. There was a lot of hype on this book. Fortunately, the Disney property has caused its price to come back down some. Even though the property didn't do bad. Matter of fact, it's a well-respected Disney rendition of this, but it's just time has gone on and people move on as time goes. And that's going to be Marvel Spotlight #2, the first appearance of Werewolf by Night. Now, I've been looking for this book for a while, looking for a good price on it. My man, Comic Web, information down there. Instagram got seller. Well, he's not really a seller on Instagram. He's a seller at conventions, local conventions in this area, goes around. I've developed a great relationship with him. And I saw this book at his booth at Sacramento Con. I talked with him, had a conversation. His price was high. I was interested in the book, but the price was he was asking was high. I just kind of set the tone and said, hey, you know what? Here's where I think that book is based on, we both agreed on a grade range. So based on that, here's where I think the market is on there. I think you're high now. And he accepted that was a potential possibility. And I said, no rush, no thing. Take your time, do your research on it, decide what you want to do. And if you're interested in coming down near the market price, I'll be happy to take off you. Saw him a couple weeks at another show. And he said, yeah, you know what, you're right. Let's do this. And so we packaged a deal together. I picked up this book. We were both hoping that it was in that 7.75 range. And there we go. 7.5. Just exactly where we thought it would be. It came back perfect. Beautiful copy. Marvel Spotlight, Werewolf by Night, first appearance. And that, of course, Neil Adams and Tom Palmer cover from 1972. Neil Adams did a lot of a lot of horror stuff. Some of the Dracula stuff and stuff for Marvel was really great. So there we go. That's going to do it for this CGC submission. We got that 7.5 there. Tell me down below, what's your favorite? The Marvel Spotlight, I think, is going to get a lot. That Werewolf by Night. I think the thing that kills this is that purple label. Let me know what you sound off about that. But how about those Silver Age 9.0s? We got the pair of them there with the Captain America 104 and that amazing Spider-Man, 73? I'm looking. Yeah, 73. And, of course, the Planet Comics Kraken reholder with the clean and press in between, coming back right where I expected to be. No increase, but, man, it looks brilliant. Guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode of whatever this happens on Thursday. I don't even know. I'm just making stuff up randomly and talking like a buffoon. Whatever you do, go out there, collect what you want. Don't listen to me, Fat Man, Fat Stack of Comics, Fat Opinion, etc., etc., etc. Thanks for watching.